Keeping in with the spirit of all the different logging softwares that I've been showcasing, this week we're going to showcase Ham Radio Deluxe, or as some call it, HRD. So if you want to roll that video. All right, let's jump right in and learn about Ham Radio Deluxe. Now, you can get a free 30-day trial, so you can try this out if you like and see what you think. I did set up my radio to interact with my computer right here on Ham Radio Deluxe, so I can control all the buttons I can on my radio right here from my computer screen. Everything from filters and modes, obviously, different antennas, things like that. I can control all that right here from my computer. I can still control it from my radio as well, but from the radio here, from the computer is nice. We'll set it up for CW, and let's pull up Digital Master. Now, this is a cool tool. Now, let me get the radio set up here on the left-hand side so we can control the radio right here from Digital Master. And there is the radio and all the different things I can control here. It's more of a condensed version. And as you can see, all the signals down there in the waterfall, if I click on any one of those signals, my radio will go right to it. And you should start to hear some CW come through. And if you can see, it's starting to decode up there on the right-hand side of the computer there. It's very handy for those of you just starting out with CW. Help you get your confidence up and maybe help you to get your speed up with the decoding tool. Now, in the middle here, you can see all the different macros. You can set all that up for sending CW. So that's very handy as well. So let's go ahead and get out of this, and let's bring up Logbook. I'm going to show you how the Logbook works here on HRD. Now, when you open it up, first thing you're going to want to do is create a database. And I'm going to show you real quick how to do that. Just click on that, File, and create a database. Click Create. And we're going to call it NV9L. And I'm going to be importing all my logs. And hit OK. Now double click that one, hit OK. And now we're in the NV9L logbook, and we're going to go ahead and import an ADIF file. And I'm going to go grab my file of all. It's really not all. I don't have my June VHF contest from this last weekend in there, or last weekend. And it's going to get it ready for upload, and then I just need to save it. And that's going to save. Could take a little while here because I have 30,000 of them. In just 4 short years. But I wanted to give you the ability to see countries worked and things like that. All right, and that's done. And now let's go look at the log. It should populate here any second. And there you go. There's my logbook. And you can just set this up to view it however you want. You can add and take fields away and make the view whatever you want. I like to see if I've got my LOTW confirmation, so we can go and slide that over there. Look at my QSL confirmations because I do get a lot of cards. And I want to see if I sent them cards for QSLs when I sent them. So if I don't have a card yet back from them, I can track that here as well and see who I've sent cards to. Yet I haven't received them yet. It'll show the dates I sent them, things like that. So that's really handy. You can spread it out. I can make this full screen too if I like. If you look real hard, you might even notice your own call signs in there because there's some of the stations I worked for the special event station. Now let's go ahead and click the awards tab, and it's going to populate all the countries I have, the countries I've worked, confirmed, on all the different modes and bands. So it does really good awards tracking. And you can see here on the left all the different awards you can look and track. I'm also going to show you, let's close this, and I'm going to show you all the different views you can add to this screen as well. You can change your gray line map If you don't like that one, you can do different gray line maps. You can, let me change that. And we got the little globe. And I can also add the solar propagation cycle. All kinds of different things you can add here. You can see that there's so many handy things you can bring up on your screen, and you can just set your view up however you want to see it. Okay, we can go ahead and go up, and let's open up the cluster and get that all set up. We'll pick a spotting network, hit OK, and it should show up there at the bottom. And once that shows up, I can hit connect, get connected, and you'll start to see all the spots show up. Okay, and when those cluster spots appear, those first four columns are going to show you if these stations are the first, if you need them as a country, if you need them for your new band, mode, or even if it's the first time working that station. Also, you can display this however you want. There's different drop downs here. You can do filters. You can set up alarm, work on different alarm manager, where you can set up emails. If for certain spots or countries that you need, it'll send you the emails. You can even set up the voice activation so the computer will talk to you when there's a station you need. And that's the basics for Ham Radio Deluxe. Now, there is a fee for this software. It's $99 for your first year, and it goes down after that. But as you can see, it's very easy to use, and you will have great support available to you with that $99 fee. And speaking of support, I have with me Katie Allen, Whiskey Yankee 7, Yankee Lima, and she's sort of the HRD guru. So what I know I just breezed through and I wasn't able to show everything. I think I need a full hour or two to show everything. So I kind of condensed what I could into 5 minutes. So what are some of the cool things that I might have missed?
Well, thanks, Val. There's actually so much to this software. You probably would need about a month to be able to go through all of it because it's so comprehensive. There's 5 different pieces to it, from rig control, logging. We have the whole digital master suite. There's also satellite tracking and then the rotator management. One of the fun things I wanted to show that a lot of my customers really like to utilize is the lookup feature. And if we could pull up that one, the first photo that I sent along, I'd like to show you an example. If you use the QRZ XML feature, if you pay QRZ for a subscription, over there on the left, you'll see one of the windows you can add to look at is your lookup window. And almost everyone puts that in there. And what's really handy is I typed in Val's call sign, as you can see, and on that left column, it's populated with tons of information about her. I can see how far away she is. I could get her email address, what bands I've already worked her on. I also am able to click on that QRZ.com button, if you notice at the top of that lookup panel, and that opens up a mini browser window within the logging program. So now I can also have access to her QRZ page, so I can check her out and see how awesome she is and how she's completely spanking me on lookups on QRZ. So then also there's a button for Logbook, which you'll notice is kind of grayed out because I already had selected it. And that opens up the logging window. So say I talk to Val on the air and I just click add, and then here's my window and it's already populated with all of her information. And you can see that I actually had a QSO in there already with her back on New Year's of 2014. Make my contact. Normally, if I was tracking my radio, the frequency and band would already be filled in. And then I just hit F7 and it goes right into my log. Piece of cake. It's really nice and simple. Then there's also many features there. You can see you could really mine down how much information you want to track about your contacts, but it's really handy that way. And that's probably one of the most easy features that people are really happy with. There's also one-click upload to Logbook of the World. One of the easiest things to do is just get it set. It's not always so easy, sorry, but once we get you all set up, it's just one click to upload and download. Also, you can do auto uploads to EQSL. And one of the other things I wanted to show, because we didn't talk about it at all, and it's a really cool piece of the software that a lot of people enjoy, and that's in the next photo, and that's our satellite tracking package. And what I did was I pulled up the ISS, and I pulled it up so you could see tracking it for 2 hours. And if you notice, you can see a little house there. That's my house in Wyoming. And I brought up the rotator. So if I'm actually able to rotate it, you can see the frequencies. There I am, taking up a big part of Wyoming. And then there's the tracking for the ISS. So you can really kind of keep an eye on it and then run out and grab them if you want. So there's so many different pieces to it. You can track the variety of them. On the right side of that piece, you'll see the next passes that are coming up. So then you'll know when they're going to be right overhead and when you can see them. That little sun and the moon are kind of fun. You can really have an idea of where you are in the world. But it's a really handy feature, and it's very popular. Whether or not you're actually making the contact, a lot of people like to keep it up just to see what's going on out there. So that's just a little piece of it. Of major software. A couple of other things that are really handy is if you have more than one ham in the house, like Val and I both do, you can also have more than one license for you for the software. So you can have multiple users on the piece of software, which is really handy. And then also, of course, you have tech support. That's one of the differences with our software, is that you get live people on the phones to help you, like myself, and also Tim, KB3NPH, who's out in Pennsylvania, and our newest team member, Robin, Gulf 1 Mike Hotel Uniform, and he's in the UK. And so we're really excited. Our team is growing and we're expanding. We've added in John Henry, who's also doing some additional coding. And one quick thing I just wanted to throw out there is a big thank you to everybody who's watching tonight who might be interested in trying. First of all, don't forget you can try it for free for 30 days, and that includes full tech support. So and that's why we want you to give it a whirl and give it a try. However, we have a great deal for you tonight. If you buy it tonight from us directly or from our friends at DX Engineering, you get $20 off. And you also get 15 months of support and upgrades. So it's really an awesome deal to give a whirl to this weekend. It's only 24 hours. It's like one of those commercials on TV, buy now. But I promise you, give it a whirl and we'll be happy to help you. And that's what we're there for. And tell you what, it's a great fun job. I get to talk to so many people. And I've met a ton of people and looking forward to seeing some people at the Huntsville Ham Fest coming up soon. And just on behalf of everybody with Ham Radio Deluxe, we really thank Bob and everyone here on Ham Nation for the chance to share a little bit more about the show, about the software.